Hello. Recently, I've been getting a lot of questions on what is a patent search? What is a freedom to operate? What is a landscape search? These are all questions related to patents, and people are asking these questions because they want to know either is my idea already patented so that if I go make it, I'm going to infringe someone else's patent? Or is my idea even protected anywhere, publicly disclosed, which would prevent me from being able to file my own patent application and getting a patent on my idea? Or is there a way where I can learn a little bit about what the area of technology looks like, so as I innovate and want to file for patent protection, I have a better sense of what my claims contain? So the question we're trying to answer is, what is a patentability search? What is a freedom to operate search? What is a landscape search? Hi, my name is Juben Dana with Dana Legal Services. And the three things that I think are important to keep in mind is that number one, there's a difference between a patentability search. In other words, a patent search to see if I can get a patent, and a freedom to operate search. What that is asking about is specifically, is there a patent issued out there to someone that is going to prevent me from being able to build, make, sell, or use my product? So a landscape search, a freedom to operate search, and a patentability search. One thing that you have to always remember is there is a difference between the process that we go through to file a patent application and then try to get the patent to issue through the US Patent Trademark Office versus the process we go through to sue someone or enforce a patent based on patent infringement and using the court system. They look at different parameters and they look at different things. So a patentability search, or a landscape search, as it's sometimes called, is going out there and searching any database. It could be a patent database, it could be published applications, it could be newspaper articles, it could be journals of universities. A patentability search will go and search all of these databases to see if the idea that you want to protect has been disclosed. What does that involve? That involves hiring a professional searcher to go out and do the search, bringing back the information to a patent attorney who can then analyze it for you and give you feedback. What are the costs associated with that? Well, a patentability search can cost as much as just the search, as much as $3,500 to $4,000, depending on the number of databases you search. Or it could be as inexpensive as $500, $600, depending on the databases you search. So the more databases you search, the more expensive it gets. Now, once that result comes back, how much time does it take, or what kind of cost are you looking at for an attorney to analyze it and get back to you? It depends on how many things come back that the attorney has to analyze. How many pieces of document, how many documents, how many references come back for the attorney to analyze. If it's one or two, it should take 2 to 3 hours. If it's 20 or 30, it should take 10 times that. Again, the amount of time the attorney spends depends on the number of references that come back to analyze that. So one of the things that you have to keep in mind is when you do a landscape search or a patentability search, you're looking at a lot of databases because that's what the patent office can look at. The patent office can look at any public database where it is considered public, accessible, and anyone can get to it. So they can look at databases in any foreign country. They can look at databases in the US. Those databases may be patent, it may be libraries, it may be journals, articles published by universities, it could be newspaper, it could be anything that is publicly available. That in and of itself is an expensive process just to know whether or not you can file for patent protection on it. Now, would I do that? It depends. It depends. I have another video that explains whether or not you should do a patentability search. But in this video, we're really trying to focus on what's the difference between a patentability search, a landscape, and the other category I keep mentioning, which is a freedom to operate. A freedom to operate has a very limited number of databases it looks at, because what you're trying to identify there is whether there is a patent out there that covers the product you want to search. That you want to build, because you want the freedom to operate. You want the freedom to build it, make it, use it, sell it. If we search patent databases, and that's all we search, that gets us our answer, because what we're looking for are issued patents. Remember, pending patent applications are not rights that have become materialized in a sense of being able to recognize them and use those rights against others. So a patentability search is different from a freedom to operate search. That freedom to operate search really only needs to look at issued patents. And then you describe your product and you go out there and look at various issued patents to see if the claims cover your product. That's a much simpler search. It's fewer databases. It may bring back a lot of references. Again, once the attorney gets the references, they can analyze it. And after that, they can give you an opinion. Basically a freedom to operate opinion, or an opinion that there's no patents out there that were found based on the search. So you should be free to operate. Now, again, remember, a patentability search and a landscape search looking for things that are used by the patent office to analyze your patent application. A freedom to operate search looks at your product and then, based on what your product contains, formulates a search to see if there are any issued valid patents out there. So that's basically the difference. Freedom to operate looks for patents to see if there's any infringement issues. A landscape or a patentability search kind of looks at what is out there that would prevent you from being able to get a patent. I'm Jubin Dana with Dana Legal Services. Here's our contact info. If you have any questions or if you need further explanation, please reach out. We're happy to consult with you. Take care.